again. It's a rich thing.
What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a Bulls news video to bring to you today in relation to the Chicago Bulls injury concerns, and one really big injury concern that could potentially decide the future of that player, and of course shape the future of the Chicago Bulls as well. We've also got a couple of jersey retirements that we'll need to discuss in relation to the entire NBA, and it does play a factor with the Chicago Bulls as well, to help memorize one of the greatest NBA players in history, a trendsetter in many ways, someone that played through a lot of adversity, but still is one of the best players that we've ever discussed in the history of basketball today in Bill Russell. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about these two types of stories. Obviously, for the injury concern for the Chicago Bulls, do you see the Bulls making any dramatic action based on this? And of course, for the jersey retirements, there's a lot of debate about whether or not it should be done. So you can let me know in the comments below what you think or agree or disagree with in that retrospect as well. But we're going to talk about this more in the Bulls situation, not necessarily the entire NBA. We'll get started with the injury concern. One of our two-way contract players in Justin Lewis has apparently hurt his left knee, and there are early reports that the Bulls are potentially worried that this could be a torn ACL with Justin Lewis. This occurred in workouts, so very, very unfortunate situation that's been happening here. Justin Lewis was given a chance by the Chicago Bulls after the draft, pretty much. I think it was whenever the draft was, pretty much right after we signed him on a two-way contract. He was the guy that the Bulls believed could really, I guess, make an impact that wasn't drafted. I don't think we had a draft pick in that second round. So again, it seems like the Bulls' decisions there is going to be a very controversial one for many people now because of this injury. So there's a lot of questions being asked about what the Bulls should be doing in this situation. I've heard a couple of people saying that the Bulls might waive Justin Lewis now because of this torn ACL and give that two-way contract player to someone else. But we've also seen in the past where we've seen players get injured and we've waived them or we've let them go, or we've even traded them, and they've worked out to become very good players on other teams. I think the most important thing that the Bulls have to decide here is you can't treat every single, I guess, situation the same. So basically what I'm saying is I think it was Max Strus that we did this to. I think he had a bad injury. The Bulls waived him. He went to Miami, and now he's a really good part of that Miami Heat team. And I think we can't keep that situation the same. If we waive Justin Lewis, it can't be for the same reasons in my eyes, because the same outcomes could potentially occur. But also in saying that, Justin Lewis is a guy that did show potential, but also if there is someone that you feel is worthy of a two-way contract spot that we could potentially give now, the Bulls will have to make that big decision. If it was up to me, I would say we should keep Justin Lewis. It is a way, again, at least for the recovery period, we won't be seeing at least one member of that two-way contract spot on this Chicago Bulls team this season. But I do feel like in terms of giving people chances, and Justin Lewis was, I guess, a guy that AK and the Bulls front office saw good faith in, and that's why they brought him in the first place. I think just because of this injury, if they lose that faith, it's a little bit, in my opinion, hypocritical of why we even brought him in the first place. Usually with ACL injuries these days, players can come back the same, if not better. Zach LaVine's a prime example of that. And obviously Max Strus, someone that we waived because of that torn ACL, has come back and done very, very well in that aspect as well. It's a very unfortunate injury, and obviously the health of the player comes first and foremost. So get well soon to Justin Lewis, and hopefully his chance will still remain on the Chicago Bulls team upon his return. I saw good things out of Justin Lewis in the Summer League. He was a very consistent player, could really do a little bit of everything on that Summer League team. That doesn't necessarily reflect the NBA side of things. Of course, we don't know if that would have translated into the NBA, and we probably won't know for a while. But I'm assuming by the time it comes back, we'll have to work in the G League, have to work, I guess, in some chances at the NBA level as well. And we'll hope for the best for Justin Lewis. I think that's all we're really going to be focusing on at the moment. But of course, we have to, I guess, understand the Bulls have a big decision to make here. What are they going to do in terms of their future? And I'm hoping the outcome will be that Justin Lewis remains on this team. But you also got to specify that might not be the case. So get well soon to Justin Lewis. We'll get to the jersey retirements next, ladies and gentlemen. So it's officially been announced that the number 6 jersey will be retired across all 30 NBA teams. I think it's also being put out now that if people are currently wearing the number 6 jersey, then you're allowed to remain wearing the number 6 jersey. But beyond that point, there'll be no one that will be allowed to wear the number 6 jersey. For example, if Alex Caruso, who's currently wearing the number 6 jersey for the Chicago Bulls, gets traded from the Chicago Bulls team, he won't be able to wear the number 6 on the team that he goes to. And of course, whoever comes in and pretty much anybody from that point will no longer be allowed to wear the number 6 jersey for the Chicago Bulls. With the Lakers at the moment with LeBron James, if he ends up retiring eventually, no one will be able to wear the number 6 jersey from the Los Angeles Lakers. And whoever doesn't have the number 6 jersey, I guess, put on a player, then they're not allowed to add the number 6 jersey to a player as well. So very, very interesting there. Obviously, this is due to the unfortunate events that happened to Bill Russell as he passed away recently. And this is kind of the NBA's way of celebrating Bill Russell and the legacy that he left behind. Now, if you don't know what Bill Russell is, pretty much, he's one of the best players of all time, of course. But in my opinion, he kind of shaped the way that most people view basketball now, and how he was playing basketball back then. He kind of revolutionized many things. So I am very happy that the NBA is kind of doing something like this, and I personally feel like the NBA should be doing more things like this in the future. I'm not saying every single person's jersey should be retired from across all 30 NBA teams. That's not what I'm saying, but I do feel like there needs to be a little bit more celebrations to the superstars of this game that really changed the game and shaped how we view the game. Bill Russell is a symbol beyond basketball, in my opinion. Yes, there are trophies named after him. Yes, he's been honored by the league for a long, long time now, but he's kind of, again, revolutionized how we see the game, how we see people playing the game as well. And of course, his 11 championships for the Boston Celtics as well is nothing to laugh at. So a great player, obviously a great human as well, someone that did revolutionize the game, and I'm totally fine and happy that the NBA is doing something like this. I can also understand the other side of things. I know many people are having this debate of whether or not retiring all 30 I guess number 6 jerseys from NBA teams is the right thing to do. Many people have that conversation. Many people are having that conversation. It's not my place to say whether they're right or wrong. It's pretty much all the opinion based, but this is what the NBA is deciding to do. As long as people can respect each other's opinions, please feel free to let me know in the comments below whether you agree or disagree with all the number 6 jerseys being retired. At the end of the day, I don't really have a problem with this whatsoever. I think this is a good way to honor Bill Russell. I think it's a good way to celebrate the journey that he went through and to kind of, again, honor his legacy in more ways than one. So I'm happy with this. I'm fine with this. But as I said before, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. Once again, also feel free to let me know about the injury concerns with Justin Lewis, whether or not you think the Bulls need to make a big decision about Justin Lewis. And yeah, that's really all that this video talked about. So all that being said, have a wonderful and safe day, Bulls Nation. I'll see you with another Chicago Bulls video. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.